Morning everybody. Hi, welcome to class this morning. Just switching on the live feed and letting some of you click in before we get started for Friday morning session. So welcome to Friday yoga. I've noticed that the connection is a little bit blurry today, so just to pre-warn you, we might have a little bit of lagging and things like that. So at the end of each class I always upload into the group, so any of you that find any problems, you can always go into the group and have a look at the end if anything kind of happens. Lovely. So happy May Day, happy May morning everybody. Morning everyone. Morning Anne, Jeanette. Hi Heidi, hi Jill. Heidi, are you under the stairs? I got visions of you practicing like Harry Potter and a little tiny space under the stairs. Morning Teresa, hi, lovely to see you, lovely to be with you this morning. Happy Friday. We'd usually be in sunny Wharton Park and today we're in sunny Freeland. So hope you're all set up okay. Any of you want to send me any pictures of your setup? It's always really interesting for me to see what you're doing. So I can kind of visualise a little bit where you are then and see what's happening. So morning Lorraine, how are you? Hope you're all well, hope you and Hilary are well. Lovely, so May morning today. Hi Julie, hi. New beginnings. So the class that we're going to do today is going to be based on a little bit of flow, a little bit of movement, not quite under the stairs, I like it. I like it. So a little bit of movement, and also we're going to be doing some leg stretches as well. So morning Melissa, so if you like to use a band or a strap, feel free to improvise with a belt or a dressing gown cord if that's what you need, unless you've got your own straps. And of course any of you that don't like to use straps, that's okay, you can always use your hands and your arms. So you know, it's okay to go with what you've got as well. Lovely, so I think we're coming up to 9:30, so I'm going to come onto the mat and we're going to begin seated. We're going to do a little bit of warming up this morning and we're going to move through some sun salutations. Hi Maria, lovely to see you. The weather has been a little bit rainy and wet, which has been good in a way. We've sort of needed some of that, but sun salutations, we kind of welcome the sun back into our lives again. And again, with it being with it being May Day celebration, the ancient celebration of spring, I thought it'd be nice to bring a few gentle sun salutations in. So do as much of them as you can. Of course, if anything doesn't feel right for you or you feel like it's too much of a struggle, you can always take a rest in child pose. You know, look after your body, like I always say. Just make sure that you're treating your body with respect and compassion. And I'll come over onto the mat now. Have your bands or straps handy if you've got them. Hi, morning Tony, you've managed to make it to a live one, brilliant. So I'm going to come over onto the mat and we're going to begin seated. So first of all, just bring yourself into a nice comfortable seated position. So for some of you, cross legs doesn't feel great. So if that doesn't feel good for you, just take the legs out in front. You can be sat on a block or a cushion, or you can use pillows if you want to support the knees. Sometimes that works quite well for people. Being at home, it's really good because we can kind of grab all the pillows off the bed if we want to, and do whatever, and use whatever props we can. So don't be afraid to improvise with things at home. Really nice. So welcome to class. As I say, happy May Day. Hopefully we're going to have a nice sunny day today, or at least we're moving into a little bit more sunshine again for the next few days. Lovely. So first of all, come down to the floor. We're on 9:30. So take a lovely big breath in, lift up through the crown of the head. We're going to just roll those shoulders up nice and softly, and then exhale as we shrug the shoulders down. Just let go of anything that we don't need. Breathe in. Lift those shoulders up and breathe out. Just let it go. Really nice. And one more breath in. We're going to breathe in, just drawing the shoulders up towards the ears, and exhale. Really soften, let everything go. Beautiful. So take a breath in here. Let go of any tension through your legs. Allow everything to soften for a moment. Let go of the belly. closing the eyes if that feels good for you. Really nice. Any of you struggle with closing eyes? It's not always good for everybody. Just make sure that you're softening your gaze. So try and lose some focus in the eyes. Try to feel a little bit more relaxed, as if you're just kind of gazing into a softness rather than concentrating or focusing on one particular object. Really nice. Breathe in and breathe out. And we're going to begin with some breaths just to settle the body down, just to bring that energy to our center. So take a nice big breath in here, fill the lungs up. As you exhale, release through the mouth. Really nice. Breathe in again. Really make sure you're filling the lungs. Nice, slow, steady breaths. Beautiful. And exhale through the mouth. Just let it all go. And again, one more time, a lovely deep, slow, steady breath in. And on the exhale, let it go. Beautiful. So just for a moment, we're going to bring the hands into Anjali Mudra, to what we call the heart mudra. Allow the thumbs to just press into the breastbone and close your eyes. Soften your shoulders. And today, with it being May Day, the mantra or the sankalpa that I've decided to work with is I welcome new beginnings into my life. So it's the first of the month, so we can start a new page. So maybe to yourself in your mind, I welcome new beginnings into my life. Breathe in. I welcome new beginnings into my life. Really nice. And just releasing the hands, just allow them to soften down onto the knees. Beautiful. We're going to take the hands out to the side and begin by lifting the arms up nice and tall. So reach all the way through the sides of the body. Exhale, releasing down. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. Nice and slow and steady with that breath. Matching the movements with the breath. So breathing in, maybe let the fingertips touch, and exhale all the way down. Total body connection as you move into the sides of the body, as you lift the arms up, and exhale, release. And one more time, so bringing fresh nutrients and oxygen into the body, breathing in and breathing out. Lovely. We're going to plant the left hand down and lift the right one up. Lovely stretch into the side of the body. Exhale as you release the hand. Inhaling up with the arm. Beautiful. And exhale down to the other side. Inhaling that right arm all the way up. Work all the way into the fingertips. Feel that stretch into the side of the body and release. And inhaling up with that left arm. Remember, we're pressing down with the sit bones, so we're still connected into the earth. And release. One more on each side. Really lovely opening into the waist. And exhale. So stay with your breathing. Inhaling. Nice and natural if you need to. And exhale. Lovely. Beautiful. We're going to inhale, take those arms all the way up through the middle. Exhale, we're going to turn towards that right knee and allow the arms to lower down to the knee and down to the ground behind. Breathe in again as we lift up the arms. And breathe out, turning to the left. Allow the hand to come down to the knee and behind you. Beautiful, gentle twist. Inhaling up into the center. And exhale, hands come down to the knee and to the floor, gentle twist. And one more time, we're going to inhale all the way up. And exhale, release. All the way down. One more final inhale up through the center. Beautiful. Bring the palms of the hands together and draw your hands down to your heart center. Lovely. Changing the cross of your legs. Nice. We're going to inhale up with those arms, bring the palms of the hands together, press firmly up through the palms of those hands. Holding the pose here for a moment, I want you to draw your shoulders away from your ears. Really nice. Keep the head nice and central. Breath in here, release. Hands come down. Nice. Inhaling up again. Beautiful. Palms of the hands together. Clasp the hands. Press upwards through the palms of the hands. Draw your shoulders down. Beautiful. Inhale as you lift the arms a little bit more. And then exhale, draw your belly in, relax your shoulders. Nice. Release the hands, come down. Beautiful. Inhale, we're going to take that right arm all the way across. Exhale, turn your head towards the right. Lovely. Release. Nice. Inhaling, left arm comes all the way across. Hold gently onto the arm. Exhale, just turning the neck towards the left, or turning the head rather. Release, the hands come down. Take those arms behind. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Look up to where the ceiling meets the wall. Find a lovely connection into those shoulder blades. Nice big breath in here. Exhale, we're going to release the hands forwards. Walk your hands forwards as far as they go. And release your head. So release your head, release your belly. Really nice. Take a moment here just to breathe deeply into the belly. Really notice how that feels for you. Breathing in and breathing out. Really nice. I'm going to take one more breath in here. And then on the exhale, nice and gently, just begin to walk yourself back. Really lovely. So walk those hands all the way back. Beautiful. Take the hands to just the front of the feet. So just holding on gently, maybe to the lower shin, the front of the foot. We're going to inhale, open your chest, look up. Exhale, draw your belly in, rounding the back. Inhale as we look up. Gentle flexion through the spine. Chest is coming forwards. Exhale, draw your belly in. Draw that belly button all the way back to the spine. Inhale, open you through the collarbones. Beautiful. And exhale, release. Rounding your back. And one more. Lovely. Breath in as you open the chest. And exhale. Release. Really nice. So we're going to either come forwards onto our hands and knees, depending on where you're sat on your mat, or just bring your knees round. Lovely. So gently coming to hands and knees, press firmly down into your fingers. Remember, you can come down onto your forearms if you need to, or you can have a blanket under the knees if that feels better. Or of course, feel free to rest at any moment during the videos if anything comes up that isn't good for you. Beautiful. So find a lovely alignment. Press firmly into your fingers. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. We're going to inhale, look up through the eyebrows, sending the chest and the heart forwards. Exhale, draw your belly in, rounding the back. Inhale as you lower down into your cow pose. And exhale, draw the belly in, press up and out of your shoulders. Really find connection in the body. Inhaling as you lower. And exhaling, drawing your belly in. Beautiful. One more time, we're going to inhale through. Lovely. And exhale. Press all the way up into your cat pose. Draw your belly in. Come up as high as you can, tucking that tailbone under, releasing the head. Beautiful. And then come back to neutral. We're going to plant the right hand down into the mat. You might want to bring it into the middle. We're going to take the right foot off of the mat, but keep the right knee on the mat. And then we're going to gently pivot around so that that left foot comes down to the floor. And then as we look down, we should be able to see foot, knee and hand in a nice long line. So make sure you feel comfortable and stable here first. We're going to take a breath in. And then as we exhale, just open up your wingspan. So Draw that left arm all the way up towards the ceiling and look up to the hands. Draw your belly in, strong through the legs. So really squeeze the muscles of the legs and squeeze the muscles in your arms as well. So you're not just hanging in the joints. Take another breath in here, and as we exhale, we're going to sweep the arm overhead, opening into that left side of the body, finding a really lovely stretch. You can take the gaze up to the hand if that feels good for you, or you can keep the head in the center. Find a nice place for your neck. Breathing into the side of the body. One more breath in, we're going to lift all the way back out and come back to your hands and knees. Beautiful. Take a little rotation into your right wrist and a little shake. Just make sure you've not got any tension there. It's okay if there's a little bit of tightness and achiness there, that's usual. But we don't want any really searing pain or anything to feel bad. So if it doesn't feel great in the wrists, you may want to just watch while this one happens. So we're going to plant that left hand now into the mat, and the left foot comes off of the mat, left knee stays, right foot pivots around, and again we just find this lovely comfortable place first. Lift up through the waist here, so really try not to collapse into the waist. We're going to take a breath in here, and the right arm comes all the way up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. So work fully into your fingers. Squeeze the muscles of the body. Breathe in and breathe out. Draw the belly in. Take a breath in here, and as we exhale, just allow that hand to sweep over the head. Beautiful stretch into the right side of the body. As again, either looking up under the arm, or you can keep that head and neck straight on if it works better for you. Keep pressing into those fingers. Beautiful. One more nice deep breath in here. Exhale, release all the way down, and we're going to just take the hands back down. Come back to your hands and knees. Gently rotate again into that left hand. So nice big shake as well, just to let go of any tension here. Take your knees nice and wide. We're going to sit back into our child pose. Release the forehead to the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. And remember, at any time, if you need to, you can use blocks, cushions, support. So if as you come into your child pose, the head doesn't want to come to the floor, pop a block or a cushion or something under it, or you can even stack your hands. Okay, if you need to keep the hips lifted and you need to be on forearms, then that's okay. Eventually, over time, you'll begin to be able to ease those hips down. Eventually, just takes a little bit of time. Breathe in, fill the lungs. Breathe out. One more nice big breath in here, and then this time, as we breathe out, we're going to come back to our hands and knees, nice and softly. Beautiful. Take a nice big breath in here. Gently tuck under with your toes. Sit back into the heels for a moment. Little gentle stretch into the underside of the toes. Really nice. Just finding that opening into your toes. And then we're coming into our first downward facing dog. So again, just really be aware. You don't want to be having the shoulders too far over the wrists, because this loads the wrists and gives you a little bit of pain. So when we come into our downward facing dog, what's really important is that we take the bottom back as far as we can towards the back end of the mat. This takes the weight off of the arms. It's the difference between being here with all this weight coming down into the wrist and being here. So we really want to think about drawing those hips back. Okay, firstly, set up with your hands, so press firmly down into those fingers. Lovely. We're going to tuck the toes under and strengthen the shoulders. So draw your shoulders down and back a little bit. Really nice. Draw your belly in, so nice and tight through the abdominals. Breathe in deeply. And then as we exhale, press into the underside of the toes, pick up the knees and bring those hips up and back. Now I'll show you here the difference between, so being here means there's a lot of weight on the wrist, and then being here means that there's much less weight on that wrist and there's more going on. But you can really generously bend your knees if you're tight through those hamstrings. We're going to pedal here for a moment. So just send one heel down and bend the other, and then onto the other side. So some lovely gentle pedaling going on, easing those backs of the calves out. Take the feet a little bit wider and turn your toes inwards, and then draw your hips back a little bit further. Slightly different stretch into the legs. Allow it to soften for a bit. Really scoop your belly in. Beautiful. And then we're going to step back to around about hip width distance. Take a lovely big breath in here. Exhale, slowly lowering the knees down, and sit back into your child pose. Take a moment here just to find your breath. Allow everything to soften and feel that lovely expansion into the chest. Beautiful. Breathing in and breathing out as you let it all go. And as we let things go, we clear the space then for new beginnings. So it's really important that we keep that lovely visual perspective on letting things go. One more breath in here, and we're going to slowly make our way back up to hands and knees again. Beautiful. Nice and strong through those shoulders again. We're going to tuck the toes under, and again just come up into a nice comfortable downward dog. So try and feel a little bit of lightness in the pose if you can. Eventually over time, as you do it more and more, you can stay up longer and you can feel a lightness. But never worry about taking a break if you need to. So if it feels a struggle, take a rest. It's okay. So again, pedaling down through those feet, drawing the belly in. We're almost pressing the chest down towards those thighs. Lovely. Take a nice breath in here. We're going to begin to just walk the feet forwards and then bring the hands back, coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. So allow crown of the head to be facing down, nose coming towards the knees. You can bend the knees generously as I need to. I have to bend the knees because I've got a lot of tightness through my hamstrings. So I like to just bend those knees and look after the lower back. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. So Uttanasana, forward fold, a lovely inversion, bringing fresh blood and nutrients to the brain. So it's important we try to get the head sort of underneath the heart from time to time, as it just gives you that extra kind of shaking up feeling in the body. A little bit like I talk about in class, how if you've got a bottle of squash and you need to shake it up a little bit, you know, just to get everything distributed. Really nice. Allow the head to hang heavy. Beautiful. Take a breath in, as we did yesterday. We're going to just take it over to one side, press out in that hip, and then take it back over to the other side. Little walk of the hands. All the way back to the center, and then gently we're going to roll up through the spine. Draw your belly in, opening the shoulders up last, bringing the head up. Lovely. Step to the top of your mat. Find your mountain pose. So closing the eyes if you want to, pressing the feet down into your mat. Find that lovely connection into your feet, and then begin to squeeze the muscles of the legs and squeeze the bottom. We're going to draw the belly in, find strength through the body. Lift up through the crown of the head and find this lovely long line, maybe retracting the chin a little bit. Sometimes we have a tendency to kind of hang forwards with the chin. So lifting, beautiful. Drawing your shoulders up and back. Lovely. Send the energy out through the fingertips and then lift the crown of the head. Full connection into your body. You can close the eyes here. We're going to breathe. So breathe deeply in and breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. Again, total body connection. Really feel connected into every muscle of the body. One more breath in and exhale. Lovely. We're going to inhale, bring the arms up nice and high. Press up with those fingers, so really point up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in and we're going to ease over to the right side. So gentle side stretch. Press the left hip out to the side. Breath in, exhale back to the center. Inhale, we're going to lift nice and tall. And then exhale, take those hands over to the left and we press out with the right hip. Keep drawing your belly in. Breath in here and come back to the center and release those hands. Lovely. Inhale, we're going to take the arms all the way up. And I want you to bring the head back to center and draw your shoulders away from your ears. Take a breath in and lengthen this time through the right side, so lifting up through the right. Release. Breath in again as we lengthen through the left side. And release. Beautiful. And then both sides. So reach up as tall as you can with your fingers, finding that lovely length. Squeeze the muscles of the legs. Make sure that you're really fully connected into the body, drawing that belly in. One more breath in, palms together down to your heart center. Take a breath in. Breath out. Breath in. And breath out. Beautiful. So, we're going to inhale, bring those arms all the way up. Exhale, we're going to dive forwards, so fold yourself forwards. Allow the hands to come to the floor, bending the knees if you need to. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana or half lift. So taking hands to the thighs or knees, or if you like, down to the shins. Look up gently between the eyebrows. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Feel a stretch through the back of those legs. Beautiful. Breath in here, release all the way down. Nice. Nose comes down towards the knee, and we're going to pick up the right foot first and take a really lovely big step back, so as far as you can go. Great. So coming gently into this nice lunge. Just for a moment, look up and allow the bottom to sink a little bit further down. Really lovely. Breath in here. We're going to bring the hand to inside of that foot and then step back, downward facing dog. Lovely. Heels come down towards the floor. Try and be nice and wide in your dog, so make sure that your hands are nice and far away from the feet. You're going to take a breath in here, gently roll yourself over, so draw up your belly, bring yourself into a soft plank pose and pop your knees down straight away. Release the feet, really nice. So draw your shoulders away from your ears and bring those elbows in towards the body as you softly lower down. Forehead comes to the floor. Tucking those elbows into the side of the body, we're going to take a breath in, roll the shoulders up and back, and just lift your chest maybe an inch away from the floor. Low cobra, reaching away with those legs behind you, so find a really nice kind of stretch and point with those toes. Take a breath in here, draw your belly in, come back to hands and knees. Really nice. Tuck your toes under again. And exhale, downward facing dog. Really nice. So find that lovely stretch again. Breathe in and breathe out. We're going to pick up the right leg. And then as we exhale, bend that knee and step between the hands. So you can take it there manually if you use the other hand. You might need to. And again, find that lovely nice lunge. Lower the bottom, draw your shoulders away. And look up a little bit. Beautiful. Breath in here. We're going to power through this back leg. So press into the back leg and bring it alongside. Inhaling, we lift nice and tall. Palms together and down to your heart center. Well done, everybody. Breathe in and breathe out. And notice how sun salutations begin to warm up the body and create a little bit of energy for us. So find your breath if you need to. Breathe in and breathe out. Lovely. Inhale up. Going to come on to the other side now. So exhale as we fold all the way forwards. Allow the hands to come down to the floor or to the shins and bend those knees a little bit if you need to. Inhale, then take hands to shins or knees. Find a lovely flat back. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Look up a little bit through the eyebrows. Breathe in. Breathing out, we're going to sink all the way back down into Uttanasana, forward fold. Hands come to the floor. Breath in, we pick up that left foot and take a really nice big stretch and reach back again into that lovely lunge. Beautiful. Lower your bottom, look up through the eyebrows. Hold it here for a moment. Just feel nice and connected into the body, making any adjustments that you need to. Take a breath in, we're going to bring that foot back, downward facing dog. Lovely, allow the heels to make their way down towards the floor. Taking a breath in, we're going to roll forwards to plank and very gently pop your knees down. Release the feet and then draw those elbows in, shoulders in, and lower yourself down, all the way down to the floor. Inhale, the elbows come in at the sides. And then exhale, we're going to roll ourselves up, pressing down with the pubic bone, finding a gentle cobra pose as we just lift the chest a fraction away from the floor. Lengthen into the legs behind you. Breath in here, and then breath out, come back to our hands and knees. Beautiful. Inhale, gently tucking under with those toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice and light. Take a breath here. Beautiful. Inhale, we're going to pick up that left leg as much as we can. Exhale, we're going to walk it, drag it, or take it all the way to the top of the mat. Really nice. And don't worry how you get that foot there. It's okay. Breathing in and breathing out. Lower the bottom, look up. Really nice. Breath in here and then power with that back leg. Bring it all the way alongside the other. Inhale up, palms together, down to your heart center. Lovely. Come back to mountain pose. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Breathing in and breathing out. Drawing that belly in, lifting tall through the crown of the head. Really nice. Well done, everybody. Take a moment here to find your breath again. I'm going to speed it up a little bit and I want you to make it feel a little bit lighter as well. So as we go slower, sometimes it feels a little bit heavier. So we're going to bring some softness to the body for this second round of sun salutations. Okay, so just find a nice gentle mountain pose to begin with. Feel a lightness through the body. Feel some lightness through the top of the head. Really nice. Think about that sensation of lifting. Breathe in and breathe out. We're going to inhale, softly moving as we bring those hands together above the head. Exhale, allow the hands to softly come all the way down, nice and light. Take a bend of the knees. Inhale, take the hands to the shins or the knees and send your bottom away behind you, finding a lovely straight back. Exhale, release. The head comes all the way down. Really nice and soft. Inhale, we're going to step back with our right foot. And then exhale, left foot comes back, downward facing dog. Again, find some lightness through your pose. Scoop your belly in. Take a lovely breath in here. Exhale, rolling forwards to plank pose and releasing those knees down. Let go of your feet and softly lower the body all the way down to the floor. Really nice. Maybe open the legs a little bit wider, breathe in. As we breathe out, rolling those shoulders back, coming into a nice gentle cobra. Breathe in. And then breathing out, we're going to press back to our downward facing dog. Lovely. Inhale, tucking under with your toes. Exhale, softly into downward facing dog. Inhale, pick up that right foot. Exhale, gently stepping or walking it through to the front of your mat. Breathe in again, and then as we exhale, bring the other foot alongside. And inhale, softly reaching up to the sky. Palms together, down to your heart center. Well done, everybody. Inhaling up. Exhaling, folding forwards, nice and soft. Inhale, hands to the shins or the knees. send that bottom away, draw your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, forward fold, nice and strong through your legs. Inhale, left leg comes back, step it all the way back as far as you can, and then the right one comes too. Downward facing dog. A little bit of movement into your down dog if you need to. Breathe in, we're going to roll forwards. Breathe out, allow the knees to come down. Just soften into your legs and then draw your arms in towards the body, shoulders away from the ears as you lower yourselves down. Beautiful. Breathe in, we're going to lift up into our gentle cobra. So pressing into the hands, drawing the elbows in, pressing into your pubic bone. Breath in here, and as we exhale, come back to hands and knees. Lovely inhale as we tuck the toes under, and then exhale back into your downward facing dog. Take a lovely breath in here and breath out. And then inhaling, we're going to pick up that left leg and bring it between the hands at the front. Really nice. Nice and softly and gracefully. And then press the other foot forwards. We inhale nice and tall. Palms together, down to your heart center. Really nice. Hands together at the heart. Breathe in. As you breathe out, just closing the eyes. Noticing if the heart rate has gone up a little bit. Noticing if you're a little bit more out of breath. So in sun salutations, also known as Surya Namaskar, we welcome the sun into our lives. We give thanks for the sun and all the things that the sun brings us. So energy, vitamin D for our bodies, helps us with growing things in the garden, etc. So it's a way of honouring the sun. Breathe in and breathe out. So we're going to come into one more gentle round. Lovely. So a little bit of easing into the neck. So release your neck for a moment. Side to side. Going to take a breath in, arms come up high. Allow the fingertips to touch, and then as you exhale, fold all the way forwards. Beautiful. Take the hands to the floor, and then inhale, bringing the hands to your either knees or your shins. Breath in here. As we exhale, fold all the way forwards. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, we're going to step back with that right foot. Lovely. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Find a comfortable place here in your downward facing dog. Big breath in here, softly rolling yourselves forwards into plank pose. Allow the knees to gently come down, and then lower yourself softly down to the ground. Inhale, lift the shoulders up. Exhale, draw the elbows in towards the waist and press down into your pubic bone. Taking another breath in here as we exhale, draw the belly in and press yourself up into hands and knees. Beautiful. Tuck your toes under. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, we're going to lift up with that right foot. Exhale, step it through. Find a little bit of traction under that back foot, and then bring the foot alongside. Lovely. Inhale, we're going to lift all the way up. Hands together, maybe a gentle back bend here if it feels nice for you. Palms together, down to your heart center. Inhale, arms come up high. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale to half lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Shoulders away from the ears. Draw that belly in. Exhale, release all the way down, and inhale, pick up your left foot, step it all the way back. Really nice. Right foot comes back, downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Lovely. Just bring yourself forwards into that lovely plank, and then pop your knees down. Any of you who really want to, you can challenge yourself a little bit more in that plank if you want. Release the feet though now, and exhale all the way down to the floor. Inhale, we're going to lift the shoulders and roll them up and back. Exhale, drawing those elbows in, pressing down again into that pubic bone, really lengthen the legs. Take a breath in here, And exhale, press back to your hands and knees. Beautiful. Inhale, tuck those toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Draw the belly in, release the head. Breath in here as we pick up that leg. So left leg rises. Exhale, we're going to step it or walk it through. Get it to the top of the mat however you can. And then press into that back leg, bringing the weight into the front, like so. So you're almost balancing into it. And then bring the foot alongside you. Inhale all the way up. Again, a nice gentle back bend. Exhale, hands come down to the heart center. Well done. Release your hands. Into mountain pose. Lift tall through the crown of the head. Press firmly down into your feet. And breathe. So, letting go of any self-judgment. Enjoying the feeling of energy running around the body. Noticing any tingling sensations in the hands or in the feet. This is prana or life force or energy. So we've really shaken things up a little bit for you. Beautiful. We're going to take a breath in, bring the arms up nice and high. Palms together and draw your hands down to your heart center without thinking too much about it. Take the weight over to the right leg and then pick up your left into tree pose. Lovely. So you can either come to the floor if you worry about your balance and you need a little bit more steadiness, or you can come to the calf, or you can bring it all the way up into the thigh and wobble around with me. Lovely. So work towards balancing those hips, lifting up and out. Take a breath in here as we exhale. Arms can come up if you want them to. So remember, this is your tree pose. There's no shoulds and shouldn'ts here. You can be up here with me, or you can be with the foot still on the floor, with the hands at the heart center. Wherever you are, find that lovely balance and lift up and out of the hips. Beautiful. Breath in, palms together. Breath out, down to your heart center. We're going to bring the knee forwards and replace. Beautiful. Back into mountain pose. Breathe in. And again, let go of any judgments that you might have about your body or your balance. Take a breath in here. Arms are going to come up high. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. Just bring that weight over onto the left side. Pick up the right foot and come into your tree pose. Again, the three options. You can keep your one foot on the floor. You can bring your foot into the calf, or maybe even bring it up into the groin if that feels good for you. Think about balancing those hips, lifting up and out of the body. Breath in and breath out as we rise up. So really reach up towards the sky. Maybe the hands are together, maybe the hands are open. It's up to you. This is your tree pose. Breathe in and breathe out. Really feel that energy coming into the lungs. And I also want you to imagine energy coming up from the earth into your feet. So this would be a really nice one to do outside. And when I get my new handset that maybe holds charge a bit later, I'll try to do a couple of outdoor classes. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring the palms of the hands together, all the way back down to your heart center. Knee comes forwards and release. Hands come down. I'm just going to come to the middle of the mat for a moment. Bring the hands to your heart center and bring the feet nice and close together. Coming again into that mountain pose. We're going to take a breath in, bring the arms up nice and high, open the arms. So I want you to feel as if you're really opening through that heart center, welcoming in love and compassion to your own heart. Breathe in and breathe out. Really nice. Take a breath in here. As we exhale, we're going to gently bend those knees. And then I want you to just arch the back a fraction as if you're laying over a great big beach ball. So imagine there's a giant ball behind you and you're laying over it. Find that opening through the chest. Again, listen to your body if you have any injuries, etc. going on, and work within your own range. You may well be here rather than, or you may even be here, if that feels better for you. Wherever you are, I want you to visualize and think about your heart opening, so Anahata. Breathe in and breathe out. One more breath in. We're going to bring the arms all the way up, back down to your heart center. Lovely, well done. So coming down onto the mat now. Make sure you've got a band or a strap handy if you feel that you want to use one. So remember, you don't have to. You can use your hands for these band stretches if you prefer. So these stretches are great for helping us to lengthen into the hamstrings and also helping us to stretch out the calf muscles where some of us feel a lot of tension. So it's always a good opportunity to do this, and you can do this anytime. It doesn't have to be within a class setting. You can just pop yourself down on the floor at any time and work through these stretches. So we're going to take a breath in here, draw your belly in, bring the arms out in front. Remember, if you've got any lower back issues, pop your hands down as you come down. If not, you can just squeeze the muscles of the legs, draw that belly in and draw your pelvic floor up. As we exhale, roll all the way down. Nice gentle movement coming down to the mat and release the head onto the floor. Fabulous. So bring those feet nice and close up towards the bottom. I'll tell you what, we'll just draw the knees in for a moment. Find a lovely flat back. Ooh, that feels nice. Where we've been standing a lot. So take a little gentle rock from side to side. Breathe in and breathe out. Stay nice and connected with your breathing. Beautiful. So popping your left foot down, we're going to take the right foot first and put it into the strap or band, whatever it is that you're using. Lovely. And think about your posture. So I want you to make sure that you're not kind of all crunched up in the shoulders, holding on for grim death like this with all the hands all crunched up. Find some softness here, maybe even release the elbows to the floor. Draw your shoulders away and again retract this chin so you're not looking up and above you. Okay, so find a nice softness there. So the left knee is still bent at the moment. Take a breath in here and as we exhale, press firmly into your heel and draw your toes towards your face. Any of you with hypermobility issues, squeeze the muscles of the knees and that will help to protect the joints around the knee, the joint around the knee. Lovely. Take a nice big breath in here and exhale. See if you can just creep that foot a little bit further along the ceiling. Okay, so there's no right and wrong here. This is a spectrum. Some of you may find you're here and that's okay. You know, some of you may want to keep a little bend in the knee. That's okay too. You know, for many years I had to do this with a complete bend because my hamstrings are massively tight, and over the years they have opened up a little bit, well, quite a bit through yoga. But to begin with, I used to have to be like this. So that's okay. It's all about working towards these poses. So just be nice and soft through the shoulders and soft through the face. Breathe in and breathe out. Find some relaxation while you're here. You might even want to close the eyes. Make sure you're nice and level through those hips. Make sure you're gently engaging into your belly button. So drawing that belly button towards the spine. One more breath in here. And then as you exhale, if it feels good for you, we're going to slide that right leg away. But if it doesn't, then bring it straight back up again. So listen to your body. You might want to take your hands a little bit higher up this time. Press firmly into both heels equally. Lovely. And then draw that top leg towards you. So here I find it a little bit more strenuous, so I'm going to bend the knee just a fraction. Lovely. And then I can still stretch a little bit more. Beautiful. Breath in here. There's a wobble happening for me, which is quite usual. A little bit of trembling in the knee. And we're going to just relax for a moment. Just let it go for a moment. Beautiful. Now, taking that band or strap into the left hand now. Bring your right arm out to the side and anchor your shoulder down. Really important that you think about leveling the hips and keeping that belly drawn in here as well. So, take a breath in. As we exhale, we're going to begin to draw that right leg across the body towards the left. Some of you may get to here and find a really lovely stretch around the IT band and around the bottom. and you may want to just stay here for a minute. Find the place that works for you. You can look towards that outstretched arm if that helps you to keep your shoulder down. If you want to, you might find you've got a little bit more and you can just take it over. I've got no more room now. I've hit the radiator. So just see how you feel, see if you want to take it a bit further. But I want you to always stay in control of these stretches, and there shouldn't be any pain and it shouldn't be a struggle. One more breath in here and bring that leg all the way back up to the centre. Just ease off a little bit, maybe even draw the knee in for a moment. Really nice. And so, levelling the hips again, just make sure that you're nice and relaxed through the upper body again. We're going to take that band this time into the right hand, so it's the same leg and the same hand this time. The left hand is going to come down on top of your left hip. The reason for this is that often as we bring the leg out to the side, the hip wants to come away, like so. So you come away and it wants to roll over. When you do this, you lose all the stretch completely. What we aim for is for this hip to be staying down as this leg stretches out. Okay, so keep that hand gently on the hip. Again, remember not to claw too much with the hands and the wrists. Nice and soft, maybe a gentle bent arm here. Press firmly into your heel, draw the toes towards your face, both feet. Take a breath in, and as we exhale, we're going to take that leg out towards the right side this time. So the elbow may want to come down here to support you a little bit. And then allow that leg to come out to wherever feels good for you. So again, some people can bring the leg up much higher, take it up over their heads even. But for me, this is a comfortable place to be. So you find your own range here. Might be that your leg is a bit lower down, might be that it's higher up. But what I want you to find is that there's no struggle anywhere and that you're feeling a lovely stretch into the inner thigh here. Beautiful. Breathe into it. You might even be feeling a stretch into the hip and around the other side, which is into that psoas muscle. So really lovely, deep internal stretch. Beautiful. Big breath in here and exhale, draw that leg all the way back up, or lug it all the way back up in my case. Take the band into or strap into both hands, and again another little hamstring stretch. See if you've got maybe a little bit more space here, maybe you can crawl that foot a bit further along the ceiling. Beautiful. So we're going to bend up that left leg and we're going to pop the left foot into the band and take the right one down this time. So really support with the foot here for a moment. Press down into your foot. Breath in here as we press into our left heel. Stretch into the back of the leg, but remember to look after your knee. Breath in, and as we exhale, draw that leg a little bit closer towards you. Soft with the hands, soft with the face and the neck. Beautiful. Maybe even bring those elbows down if that feels better for you. Really nice. Draw your belly in, level your hips. Breathing in and breathing out. And a lot of this is playing around for you. You can spend a bit of time, any time on the floor with a strap, just having a go at some of these, seeing how they feel, seeing if you can get a little different feeling just by moving the hips. One more breath in here, and then as we exhale, nice flat back down on the floor, and we're going to slide away that right leg. Beautiful. Pressing equally into the heels and drawing the toes towards your face. Fabulous. Breath in here. Don't worry if you're trembling, that's okay. Don't worry, it's all right. This tremble is kind of part of the work that's happening. Go with it and enjoy the tremble. Really nice. So take a breath in, see if you can bring that leg a little bit closer to you, just easing into the hamstring, easing into the back of that calf muscle. Really lovely stretch through the whole leg. Nice. So breath in here, and as we exhale, we're just going to ease off for a minute. Just let it go, let it soften. Soften your hips, soften the other leg. Lovely, nice deep breath in and release. Nice. So we're going to take the band this time into your right hand. Left arm reaches out nice and long, anchoring down that left shoulder. Keep that left shoulder there on the mat. Take a lovely big breath in here. Press into your heel, and then as you exhale, begin to bring that foot over towards the floor. So again, you might find that you can bring the foot all the way down to the floor, or it might be more comfortable for you to be here. No rights and no wrongs, just whatever feels right for you. So draw your belly in. Press into the heel. Soften your shoulders, soften your face. You can look towards the hand if that feels good for you. Breathe in and breathe out. Just take a moment here enjoying the stretch. If you're not enjoying it, back off a little bit and try and enjoy it. Yoga doesn't have to be awful. It can be about making it feel quite nice as well. One more breath in here, and then bring that leg all the way back up to the center. Lovely. Take a moment, just softening, maybe a little bit of rotation into the wrists if you've been holding on a bit tight. Beautiful. Level your hips again. Make sure that you feel connected into that lower back. Draw your chin in and stretch away that leg. So this time we've got the left hand holding both ends of your band or strap. So your right hand is going to come down to that hip and try and stop it from popping away. The other way that we can stop it is by activating that leg a bit more, squeezing into the muscles, and that really helps to keep it there. Take a breath in here. As we exhale, just press into your heel and allow that foot to come out towards the side. Now, like me, you might find you can only go that it's a bit different on the other side. I can't go as far on this side as I can on the other because I have a bit of an injury going, well, not a long-term kind of rotation in the hip that makes things a little bit more stuck on this side. So we just work within our own range, breathing in and breathing out into that stretch. Beautiful. One more nice big breath in here and exhale, bring it all the way back up. Beautiful. And take a hold of the band, and we're going to bring the other leg up. Take both legs in. Really nice. So again, remember, if you're not using the band, you can just have the legs above you. You could be holding behind the knees or holding at the ankles or even the toes if you can reach. Nice. So legs up the wall without the wall. I thoroughly recommend to all of you to do legs up the wall every day if you can. It's fabulous for all the systems of the body. It balances all of the systems. So it's good for building immunity, so the immune system is activated. It also works with the circulatory system and improves circulation massively, helps to balance blood pressure. It's a great pose for if you've got headaches. It's what I used to call the hangover pose. So if you ever have a hangover, legs up the wall is great because it helps digestive issues and it helps with headaches. It's a great pose. In fact, my two favourites for putting things right are legs up the wall and fish pose. They're both very good for curing all kinds of different things. So if you get the time, put your legs up the wall. Just lay there for 10 or 15 minutes. Beautiful. One more breath in and exhale. We're going to just hug those knees in, release the band. Well done, everybody. So hugging the knees into the chest, I want you to first of all draw some lovely circles with those knees. So just take them in a nice big circle, easing into your lower back. And then take it back in the other direction. Beautiful. And then I want you to take the knees and open the knees as wide as you can, and then create independent circles here. So a bit like you're rowing a boat. Really helpful for the lower back, but also just a nice move for easing and softening into your hips. So when we work in sun salutations, we do a little bit of work with hips. And of course we've been working a little bit with hips with our leg stretches as well. Beautiful. Take it back in the other direction. Really nice. And we're going to have a final twist before we come into our relaxation and meditation. I'm going to read you a little meditation again this morning, which is linked to the spring. So just drawing that right knee in, send your left leg away nice and long, press into the heel, and then pop your right foot down onto your left thigh. Bring that left hand around, right one reaches away, and draw the knee across the body. Should feel really nice, lovely twist through the body as we ease that hip away from the elbow, away from the shoulder and the armpit. You can look towards the backhand, soften everything down here for a moment, breathe in. Really fill the lungs, and then as you breathe out, see if you can find some space to maybe move a little bit more into your twist. Beautiful. So we're quietening down the body a little bit now, finding a softness. Breathing in and breathing out. One more breath in. We're going to lift that knee back up, hug it in nice and tightly, and then change legs. So bring the left one in. Lovely stretch into the hip for a moment, and then pop that foot down on top of the thigh. So make sure you're nice and straight here. Lovely. Bring that right arm around, left one reaches away. Take a breath in, and just draw your knee across the body. Oh, lovely stretch into the waist, into the sides, and look towards the left hand. So releasing in the neck as you look towards that left hand. So the left knee is coming over the body. Notice what feels nice for you. Soften the arms and the legs. Breathe in and breathe out. Really nice. One more breath in here. And then exhale. Just bring that knee all the way back to the center. Hug it in nice and tightly. Beautiful. Bring both of your feet down to the floor. We're going to come to a reclined bound angle before we move into our Shavasana. So bring soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to softly come down towards the floor. Take a lovely breath in. You can keep the hands on the heart and the belly if you want to. Or you might want to take the arms just gently out to the side and bend the elbows. Your choice, wherever you want to be with those arms. Allow everything to soften down. Feeling a nice flatness through the front of the pelvis, a beautiful opening into the hips, a little bit of a stretch around the ribs, and maybe a stretch into the back of the neck, and then that stretch in the thighs as well. Breathe in and breathe out. Allow the body to just melt down. Lovely big breath in here. As we exhale, bring those hands back into the belly if you have them out to the side. Gently drawing those knees all the way back up. We're going to walk the feet outwards, so heel toe them out to the outside of the mat and press the knees together. Find a flat back, so just tilt the pelvis, find a lovely flat back. Tuck your chin in, breathe in and breathe out. Really nice. Just allowing everything to settle for a moment and listen to your breathing. Allow the body to rest and to settle. And just notice how the mind and the body feels. Okay, we're going to gently move into our Shavasana. So those of you who need to, you can put some extra clothing on. You might have your duvet with you. You can pop that on top of you. You may want to stay in this position here with the knees bent, if that feels good for you. Or you might want to just release the arms and legs down and let go. Some of you might want to come onto your side, maybe having a pillow or a block between the knees. Some of you may find the laying down not great for you, and if that's the case, you can join me in seated meditation if you want to. That's all right too. So nice and gently, just find a place where you can feel nice and warm and where you feel nice and rested. Using whatever blocks or cushions you need to get a hold of. a block or even a blanket. If any of you have eye pillows or cushions that you can just pop over your eyes, sometimes that can be quite nice to feel as if you're, as if it's a bit darker. Helps to take away any of that sensory stuff of having, the lights on or the sunlight in. Beautiful. So just spend a moment making yourselves comfortable, breathing in and breathing out. First of all, I want you to relax the body totally. So wherever you are now, just let go of the muscles through the feet. Maybe give the feet a little bit of a squeeze and a move around. You might want them a bit further apart than hip width distance if you're laying down, just to allow the hips to be free. And then let go of any tension through the leg muscles, so the lower legs, behind the knees, the quads, and the hamstrings. Beautiful. Allow the belly to be nice and soft, and just let go of your hips. Notice what's going on through the back. Release any tension from the back if you do feel that there's anything kind of hanging on. You can almost visualize all that tension just draining away through the small of the back. Allow the shoulders to be relaxed. Open through your collarbones wherever you are. And let the arms and the hands feel really light and soft, as if you can hardly feel them at all. Bring some softness into the neck and let go of any of those muscles around the head, so the sides of the head, the back of the head, the top of the head. Soften your face, so find some smoothness through the forehead. Let go of any tension between the eyebrows particularly, activating into what we call ajna, or the third eye centre, so finding a real soft and smoothing of that forehead. Allow the cheeks to be soft, maybe a gentle opening and closing of the mouth, maybe a stretch of the mouth, and then just allow the tongue to sit comfortably behind the teeth, relaxing the jaw, and just noticing how the body feels when it can be fully relaxed. Take a long, slow, deep breath in. And then a longer, slower breath out. And again, a long, slow, deep breath in. And a longer, slower breath out. And one more time. A nice long, slow, deep breath. And a longer breath out. Beautiful. Come back to a nice natural breath now. Allow the breath to feel as soft and natural as the body feels. Not forcing anything, no struggling with your breath. Just a lightness and a softness as it freely flows in and out through the nostrils. Lovely. So just breathing in and breathing out. And just bringing your awareness to your mind. I'm going to do a little bit of visual work. So I want you to imagine that it's a clear, warm spring day and that you're walking through the woods. I want you to see the shafts of sunlight that dapple through the branches of the trees, showing up all the new buds, tiny leaves are forming. The woods are alive with energy and life force. Feel the earth under your feet, the damp, mossy leaves, the newness of the grass, and the fresh green shoots. Here and there, ferns are unfurling, opening gently, and the smell of wild garlic is in the air, a musty, damp smell. And just be aware of the birds' busy nest building, the snowdrops beginning to lose their purity, and the feeling of expectation and renewal that has begun with spring. As you walk on, you come to a clearing, and it's as if a paintbrush has been swept across the ground, covering it in all shades of blue, From the palest of shades to the deep indigo, you find yourself surrounded by bluebells in a bluebell wood. Noticing a fallen tree trunk, you sit down and look at the spectacle, the shades of blue, how all of the flowers differ in stages of development. Some are tight buds and some are fully open. How intricate they are, how each tiny bell possesses its own shape and colour. Close your eyes and feel the warmth of the sun on your face. Visualise one of these bluebells and be aware of the deep, heady scent. As you look closely, you consider the bell expanding until it completely surrounds you and you find yourself lying inside the huge bell. Notice how comfortable it feels. Lie back. Allow the head to rest on the pale blue petals. Feel the petals surround you like a soft mantle. The blue rays are emanating from the petals and play upon your body, releasing, dissolving, melting, allowing you to let go and surrender. And feel safe and secure. You are safe and secure. You are completely at peace. Allow the blue light to circle you with a healing light, and allow any part of your body or mind that might be in need of healing at this moment in time, feel the warmth of that blue healing light. And just take a few moments here, just noticing the warmth and the healing, knowing that you can rest for a few moments in a safe space, and knowing that you're supported, that you're secure, and that you're safe. So slowly we're going to begin to deepen our breathing. Just bringing the awareness back into the room. Just maybe expanding the hearing out, noticing if we can hear any sounds inside or outside. Notice the feeling of the air on your skin. And just nice and gently, we're going to begin to wriggle the fingers and wriggle the toes. Really nice. Maybe bringing some nice circles into the hands and feet, and then make those arms and legs just move around a little bit more, just bringing some energy back into the body. Really nice. So take your time coming around if you need to. It's okay to take a little bit of time, and remember, some of you might want to continue with your relaxation. I'm not sure if Rachel's with me this morning, but she always likes to stay asleep for a little while longer, and that's okay. You can stay there if you want to. Feel free to do what works for you on this lovely Friday morning. Really nice. So if you're with me, you might want to move the arms and legs a bit more, maybe take the knees over to one side and then to the other. And move in a way that just brings a bit more energy into your body. So whether that's taking the legs up again, or you might want to rock a little bit, whatever works for you. And then when you feel ready, bring yourself into a nice comfortable seated position of your choice. Lovely, wherever you are, I just want you to feel connected into your sit bones so that you've got this lovely connection into the earth. Really nice. So we're going to lift tall through the crown of the head. Soften as we lower those shoulders, so allow the shoulders to be nice and released. Take a nice breath in here, and then as we exhale very gently, take that ear over to one side and gently tuck your chin in. Find a lovely release through the neck. Bring your head back to the centre, and then take it over to the other side. And again, a nice gentle release as you just turn the head, and then bring it back to the centre, and then a lovely stretch through the back of the neck. So allow the chin to come down onto the chest, and just find a lovely long neck through the back of your neck. Really nice. Bring your head back to the centre, and the hands come back to the heart centre. We're going to repeat our mantra or our Sankalpa 3 times, or I will, and you can repeat it in your mind. You can, of course, use your own Sankalpa if you're used to using your own mantra or positive affirmation, you can. But if not, just bringing the palms of the hands together at the heart centre. I want you to really press the palms together as hard as you can and really open through those collarbones. Lifting nice and tall through the crown of the head, softening the shoulders. So I welcome new beginnings into my life. Nice breath in again. And then as we exhale, I welcome new beginnings into my life. And one more time, breathing in. I welcome new beginnings into my life. Really nice. We bring the hands to the forehead. We think kind and loving thoughts about ourselves and about others. We bring it to our lips and we speak with kindness and the truth. And we take it to the heart and we have a kind, open and loving heart. Namaste. Really nice, lovely session. Thank you so much everybody for joining me. It's been a good week. I felt like we've done some good work this week, so well done all of you that have managed to join me throughout the week. I haven't put together a programme yet for next week, but I'm going to try and fit a massage session in next week as well. So anyone who's suffering with elbows and wrists, I'm going to be looking to do massage for tennis elbow, for wrists, and I'll be bringing together the mediums of aromatherapy, massage and probably a few stretches as well. So look out for that one next week at some point. I'm just going to come up so I can see you. Well, I can't see you, but I can see your messages a bit more, etc. Thank you, Julie. Oh, hi, Angie. I didn't realise you were here. Hello, nice to see you all. So I hope you enjoyed the session. Bit of sun salutations. Hope you all have a fabulous weekend. Happy May Day to everyone. Hope you're going to do something nice to enjoy it. And I'll look forward to seeing you all on the mat again next week. I'm back on Tuesday morning at 9:30, Thursday at 9:30 and Friday again. But there will be a couple of other little surprisey sessions popped in at different times. So again, you can always come back into it and, you know, click on stuff in the group afterwards if you're not around, if you're working shifts or anything. So thank you so much. Namaste. And you, Heidi, thank you. Have a lovely weekend, all of you. Take care, and I shall see you all soon. Bye-bye.